title of the exhibition is Coal and Ice. And I think the big question is, what do those two things that are so different actually have to do with each other? And the first space I really wanted to use to pose this riddle. I proposed to hang the images of David Brescius that he made in the Himalayas in one direction, and on their backs images of miners, portraits of miners.
We thought we would begin with coal, which is the major contributor to climate change, being a fossil fuel, and then move up out of the mines, figuratively speaking, up into the atmosphere, of course, where greenhouse gas emissions go. And then, of course, you have the phenomenon of warming, and that is particularly pronounced up in the high altitudes, namely places like the Himalayas. So it's this arc that goes up into the mountains of Asia, which are an important piece of the hydrology of that, very, very overpopulated region of the world. And then it comes back down again via rivers into the ocean. And so each of these phases is represented in our photography show.
The really key question for me was, what were documentary photographers doing in China? I was curious to what extent we would find work that had looked at coal production, the impact on the environment, and the culture of China. I really am excited to have the Chinese photographers in this space for the first time, seeing the value of the work that they've contributed.
I did not want the photography to look as illustrations of a story. I tried to let them speak for themselves and to create some kind of dialogue between photographers from different moments in time and from different countries.
I and others were feeling increasingly frustrated with our ability to do policy work, write reports, convince a government to act. Nothing seemed to be happening. So we thought, how else can we go at this problem? One way is, of course, visually. If you can present something that is telling at the same time that it's beautiful, then maybe you'll get them to look, whereas otherwise they might choose not to look.